What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mode video. So today we're going to be discussing the upcoming weapon for Season 6, which I do have some knowledge of since I did play Modern Warfare 2019 later on down the line before Modern Warfare 2 came out. So the new weapon is called the GRAU. Basically, it's an assault rifle from Modern Warfare 2019 that was kind of versatile for a very, very long time. Not only because of its attachments, but also, I guess, just based on how strong it was in Warzone as well. I think for the first year of Warzone specifically, the GRAU was probably one of the best assault rifles. And keep in mind, this was before Cold War and Vanguard were released, so Modern Warfare weapons were really the only guns that were in Warzone at the time. But even in multiplayer, the GRAU was still probably one of the more formidable assault rifles. And it wasn't an assault rifle that came out day one with the game. It was something that came out within a few seasons later. Fun fact, I actually bought the Golden Tracer bundle back in the day when it first came out. I mean, I was on and off with that game before I started playing this one. And yeah, it actually came with the Mace skin, the one that came with the gold standard HG41. So yeah, it was actually pretty interesting. It also, I think, came with the Fennec Golden Tracer skin as well. So just a little fun fact there. I do have some, I guess, experience with the gun. I did get it platinum as well, I think. And yeah, I mean, it was a pretty solid gun to use. Of course, when it comes to COD Mobile, though, it's probably going to be a completely different story. Not all the weapons that come from Modern Warfare or even Cold War perform the exact same way. And I think the GRAU is probably going to be one of the more interesting ones because for the first time ever, at least in this game, we're going to have a gun that changes iron sights, like a non-mythic just by default. So the way that's going to work is just like, it just really depends on what barrel you use for the gun. So just in case you guys are curious, here's basically how each of the iron sights are going to work with their corresponding barrels. So as for the barrels, I'm not really sure if they're going to name them like accordingly how they were in, Modern Warfare 2019, or they're just going to have the, the classic OWC marksman and MIP light barrel or silencer barrel or something like that. I'm hoping that's not really the case, but basically, I think from what I heard on Twitter, I think this is going to be a bullet speed weapon. So I think there might be some barrels out there that might slow down the bullet speed, and there will be other ones like the marksman barrel that might increase the bullet speed. And I'm not really that sure either if they're going to have some sort of mag with like special rounds that increases bullet speed as well, or like, they give it like the M13 treatment. But I think overall, like, it's not really going to be too hard of a choice to pick which best barrel there is, So as for the skin that it's going to receive, obviously it's going to receive two, one for the battle pass as well as for the legendary or mythic. I think it's going to be a legendary skin. I think they changed it around. I originally thought it was going to be a mythic because in the leaks there was two different mythic skins that are coming out back to back. Of course, this season we did get the FFAR Brightblade, but obviously I think for the GRAU, I think it's just going to have a legendary skin. But the question is also, are the iron sights going to change depending on what barrel you use, or is it just going to be just another legendary skin that just has its own different iron sight? I say that because I thought it would be a pretty good concept to have a mythic skin that would have different types of iron sights as well, depending on what barrel you use. I think that would have been pretty interesting for the GRAU. Although, I think it would have been a little bit more confusing when you did get a mythic skin of that, mainly because we already have a feature that kind of changes the iron sight already, so having it change alongside all the different barrels, by upgrading it, I mean, I think that would be a bit too much extra work just to, do that for the GRAU. I understand why they made it into a legendary, and keep in mind, Season 6 might be probably one of the more expensive seasons, especially since there's like a lot of different skins to get, the XPR legendary skin, that's the first one ever, plus the Templar mythic skin, as well as the Bison that comes with it. I mean, this is going to be a pretty expensive season, and I think by then I'm probably going to already have the Arctic 50 Firefox Prestige. So yes, I didn't really go for a lot of draws this season, mainly because there wasn't really a lot of good skins this time around, so yeah. So just to summarize what the GRAU is all about, Zero.exe on the Leakers on Duty page did have this to post, basically saying that the GRAU is more or less around the same as the CR56 AMAX, as well as the Maddox with slight differences. Obviously, the guns obviously handling different. They also did say that the GRAU does have extended match, which I could attest to, mainly because there was like 50 and 60 round mags in Modern Warfare, so I'm assuming that it was gonna, come out here as well. The mobility as well is something I could also attest to, mainly because, you know, there were a lot of different barrels that actually kept your movement extremely fast without any sort of recoil penalties. Of course, this is a different game, so maybe in COD Mobile it might the vertical recoil penalties might be a little bit more severe in this game, but we don't really know. So anyways, I am excited for it. Don't worry, I will be grinding a diamond as per usual. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you guys found this to be somewhat informative for any of you guys that may not have played Modern Warfare 2019 and are very curious about this gun in general. So yeah, anyways, have a wonderful day, guys.